Jai Sri Radhe. This Karttika classes 2022 in Radha. We're discussing about describing Sri Radha and Her Manjaris based on Vilapa Kusumanjali by Raghunatha Das Goswami, with the most wonderful commentaries by Sri Das Babaji Maharaj, an occasional contribution by Prabhupada and the Gopal Goswami. We were discussing yesterday verse 9, and we didn't finish the whole teacup, so we're going to review some of the, not review, but just finish off some of those points of the commentary. One thing I was mentioning, because the commentary was explaining yesterday, that even before we attain the state of Bhava, Rati, it's called Ajatarati Sadhaka, one can meditate on one's spiritual body. An interesting word in the commentary, which my Shiksha Guru was discussing with me, was one word in the commentary of Krishna's Kaviraj, is verse number 2. I said verse 3 yesterday. It's verse number 2 of Krishna Karnamrita. And in that discussion, Krishna's Kaviraj, he used the word parikalpya. Parikalpya. Parikalpya means to invent, to create, to design, to manufacture. And he said that in relation to a spiritual body. So I said, so this verse, this commentary of Krishna Das Kaviraj, and the second verse of Krishna Karnamrita, gives some ammo, gives some ammunition, gives some shastric praman or some support for the self-styled freelance program. Freelance DIY. DIY, saying do it yourself, Siddhaya. 5 steps, Wikipedia. First, pick a color skin. Second, pick a color dress. Third, pick a name, pick an age. And this way, after 5 minutes, you have an Ekadashva. DIY Ekadashva. It's a new kind of Ekadashva, the DIY parampara. But generally it comes from Guru parampara. But anyway, so he said it's possible you can use this verse to say that. Because interesting point in the verse also, there's a verse from the Raghunatha Bhakti section of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is first way, Purva, Eastern Division, Chapter 2, verse 270 to 309 describes Raghunatha Bhakti. It's 40 verses out of 309 verses. So 269 verses are describing Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, which precludes or is part and parcel. It can preclude or may not preclude, but it's also part and parcel of Raghunatha Bhakti, Shraddha Kirtan Vishwasmana, etc., Archana. So in that section of Raghunatha Bhakti, he describes what is the eligibility to begin Raghunatha Bhakti sadhana. And he says this phrase here, he says, Kincha lova utpatti lakshanam. He says a lakshanam, the characteristic of who one is qualified to practice Raghunatha Bhakti, kincha lova utpatti. Utpatti means appears, is born. Kincha means a little. Kincha in Hindi, kincha means a little. You have a little greed to worship Radha and Krishna Vrindavan like a gopi. That's all you'd require. That's all you need to start reading about Krishna's pastimes and Madhurya Leela with the gopis, Radharani gopis, and meditating on her leelas. However, we see in many modern Gaudiya missions, etc., without mentioning any names, you may guess, you're smart, but they say, and in their own books I've seen descriptions, they say one has excessive attachment to Radha Krishna, then he can be, that's the qualification of greed. He has excessive greed. That's not exactly what Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Raghunath Chandrika or any Thakur or anybody anywhere. So they say kincha. Kincha means a little. So they're distorting the actual essence of Siddhanta for different purposes. But because people had such confusion about this, I'm interested, but my what do they call it, my mentor, my counselor Jack, whatever, counselor Jean or Jen, married. Counselor, my Shiksha Guru, my Diksha Guru, my counselor guru, some other kind of special guru. She or he said that you can't practice Raga Bhakti unless you have excessive greed. Oh, not excessive greed. I'm a little interested. I like it, and I like this more than anything else. But so he slapped my hand and said, "No, you're not. Don't have excessive greed." Oh, sorry. Let go. Don't read. So if you have a greed, even a little greed, you'll say, "Okay, sure, bye." Then you open the book and start reading. That's also a proof they have genuine greed. No matter big or small, or 1 degree, 2 degrees, that no matter what anyone says or what anyone tries to threaten or scare you, you say, "Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your ideas. It's very good. I'll consider following them. Thank you very much. Take some hours out. Bye." Yeah. And then you go home and go into the little region and spend 5 hours meditating on Krishna's Lila. When I was staying around Damodar, people used to come from different missions and they see me reading 10th canto, Govi Gita, Veda Gita, and all these different things with commentaries. And they say, "What are you reading?" I tell them bluntly, and then they say to get on my case. And so what I do is before I open the rooms of Prabhupada at 10 o'clock in the morning for darshan and all the public and devotees, I put away all my private books. I put out the Bhagavad Gita on a wooden book stand. And open up and say whatever. They say, "What are you reading?" I say, "Reading the Gita." I don't tell them which Gita. There's Renu Gita, Gopi Gita, Pranaya Gita. I say, "Read Bhagavad Gita." "Yeah, that's like that. Like that." So that's very good, very good, very good. Which Gita? As it is. Okay. So then they go and eat 7, 8 o'clock. I close the rooms, close the Renu Gita. So you have to be a little smart to move around here and there. It's called expertise and diplomacy. So this word, parikalpya, means create my own siddhaya. This is in the second verse of Krishna Karnamrita commentary, Srangarangada by Krishna Das Goswami. No one can create or manufacture their own siddhaya if they have a little greed. Kincha lobha utpati. Utpati means a little bit of greed. Kincha, same as in India and also in Sanskrit. Little greed has arisen, that's all it takes to start practicing Raga Bhakti. The last point of the commentary in verse 9 by Anandadas Babaji, he explains the point, experiencing bliss in Manjari Seva. It's actually blissful. Maybe we're not experiencing it, but it's true. The nature of physical body consciousness is it causes one to forget the lotus feet around Krishna. So, Raghunatha Das Goswami is addressing his mind. "Oh, you wicked mind! You don't always remember the lotus feet all the time of Radha Krishna. Why does material existence and material ideas always come in my heart? May my whole consciousness be filled with Radharani, and so it will not go anywhere else." These are quotation marks. This is a prayer. So a sadhaka should also anxiously pray like this to Srimati's lotus feet. "Oh Srimati, please let all material existence leave my consciousness. Let my consciousness be filled with your presence and your form and pastimes." Because this is it's impossibility to accomplish on our own. Just like to cross the ocean above Sagar, material existence is impossible unless we surrender to Krishna. Daivesha gunamai mama maya duratya. Mamaya prabhajante mayamitam tarantite. Tarant in Hindi, taranti means very quickly move, and may very quickly deliver. Simply by taking shelter of Krishna. The impossible is possible. So it's very difficult to take all millions of lifetimes of material existence and bulldoze it out of our consciousness. A big bulldozer, whoa, push everything away, in its way out of the way. So that's what it takes. It takes a bulldozer of mercy, or something like that, to push all that junk out of our brain. You know, so much unlimited, thousands of millions of bursts of junk in our conscious mind and subconscious mind. But if we pray to Radharani, she Sarva Shakti me, she will bless us with her presence in our mind and wash away all that dirt. So this is what he's saying. How to experience bliss in Manasi Seva. First we have to remove all the causes of non-bliss. The causes of non-bliss are material consciousness, material desires and ambitions. So if they're moved out of the way, then the Ladni Shakti can start to work. We've all been given a drop of bliss by receiving Diksha. It's a fact. What is Diksha? Diksha is receiving Bhakti Bijam. Bhakti Bijam is made of Ladni Shakti and Samvid Shakti. Knowledge, awareness, and happiness, joy, and love. It flourishes in the pure heart and the peaceful heart. So that's why Lord Chaitanya emphasized Chaitanya Marjana, purify the heart, chant, chant, chant. And there's a joke, the cartoon in the New York Times, 1965, can't. Some guy was reading a newspaper, watching TV, and he had a newspaper in front of him. And he says, he held the newspaper down, looked at his wife. He said, here, Hare Krishnas are in New York, they're telling everyone to chant, chant, chant. Then it showed the wife standing next to him. She replied, can. So our mind is telling us the same thing, can. Actually, it just takes a little passion to move away the tamagun. Because tamagun means inertia, laziness, lack of drive, lack of starting power. So some days you should think, why is the holy name appearing on my lips? Why am I chanting? I'm moving around like a robot here and there. Why can I chant Hare Krishna when I'm moving? Even quietly. Like I walk upstairs, and I walk on the roof. I don't take my bead bag, I just walk around, sightsee. Look at the cows and dogs and everything. Because, I can't really chant Java walking around. And I'm not supposed to anyway. So, and I was walking upstairs, I said, why did I chant? Because, the way what position I'm in, I could fall down the stairs and leave my body anyway, so it's a good idea to chant Hare Krishna. So when I started, I was walking up the stairs all the time, slowly, and very slowly, and walking down even more slowly. I wasn't chanting, honestly, I was spaced out, I was just walking, like in the ozone or whatever that non-Christian space is that we move all the time in. The third layer, ionosphere, stratosphere, that we walk in where there's no holy name. So I started chanting, just quietly, and it's very nice. I got up there, I just silently chatted and walked around. So I sightseeing, I was sightseeing, but I was also, holy name was also going there. So it's also good because Jiva Goswami says in Sandarbhas, anything we do, we should mix with Hare Krishna. Then it becomes bhakti. He said, if we're doing something, we're not mixing Krishna's Nam with it, it's not bhakti. So whatever you do, not like X-ray stuff. Not X-ray stuff. That's not what I'm saying. Whatever ordinary things we do, cooking, cleaning, walking here and there, try to chant Hare Krishna silently or loudly, whatever.
Aroda Sita, imposing it.
Huh?
Aroda Sita, that's the term.
Aroda Sita. Aroba Sita, yeah, okay. My ears don't work too good, obviously. A devotee who is fixed in Lila Smaran forgets the sense of doership. That's very interesting. That's a fact, because if you can actually do Lila Smaran, you can understand it's not my power. I'm being allowed to remember Krishna's pastimes, Radha Krishna's pastimes. I'm being allowed to have some vision or some experience of them in the depths of my consciousness during meditation. I can't force it. I can't make it happen. If it kind of bubbles up from the bottom of my mind by influx of mercy from Radha Krishna and Gurudev, then I get some touch with that Leela, some experience of it. So that's why in this department of Leela Smaran, other things we physically think we're cooking, we're cleaning with our senses and body. But this Leela Smaran is different territory. This is transcendental territory that we can only enter in that transcendental territory if it opens itself to us. It has to open itself to us, and that's only if they want to let us in. Because they're pleased with our behavior, our attitude, our dealings, and our anxiousness, and our purpose, our intention. And Krishna's always examining. He's the ultimate pariksha. So when we conduce this Smaran, we think, wow, thank you, Krishna. So that we lose automatically. If you have the sense of doership, you can never do Smaran. I'm doing Smaran. You'll never see anything. You sit down and do Smaran and you say, Krishna, I'm trying to enter your spiritual realm of my mind. It's impossible. Please help me. Please open up. And like you're standing on the outside of some beautiful palace knocking on the door. I have no power to get through the gate of this palace. Only if somebody inside opens the door, I can get in and see all the beauty in there. So that's what he's saying. One should no longer think, I am doing Smaran. In the Siddha devotee experiences that one is very close to Radharani. What's the fact? How blissful and happy a devotee becomes when he feels, when one, let's say, leave out the gender consideration, when one feels close to Radha's lotus feet, even in Smaran. I mean, it's not Sakshat Radharani, he's just remembering an image, a feeling, a presence, a sense of Radharani's lotus feet, how happy one feels. This is obviously the realized statements, the anubhav of the author, Ananta Das Babaji. So this is experiencing bliss in Manasi Seva. The bliss is a gift. We have the drop of bliss, but it's not really manifesting much bliss in our heart. There's a drop, we need more manifestation. So when more mercy comes from Radharani, if she's a source of bliss, potency, then our bliss increases. Das Goswami is a Nitya Parishad of Radharani, so his experiences of bliss are very vivid and very real. His mind only relishes remembering Radharani and the beauty of her toenails. How can Madhusudan Krishna relish the honey from Radha's lotus feet? Sham himself tries to apply footlack on Radharani's feet, but as he does it all, his whole body becomes overwhelmed with ecstasy. And his eyes start filling with tears of love. Swami then says, Sundar, you don't know how to put my footlack on. You're losing it. I don't know if she says that, but something like that. Tulsi, come here. Tulsi Manjari, come here. Seki, come here. Pay my fee. You do it. But then Tulsi stretches out her hands and she doesn't see or feel anything anymore. This is called a spurti. This transcendental spurti or vision disappears and the sadhaka laments once again. I'll repeat the verse and go on to verse 10. Now this is the same experience. Leela Smaran is almost analogous to dreams. You're having a dream and something's about to happen, all of a sudden the dream somebody pulls out the plug of your dream TV. You're watching your dream TV, somebody pulls out the plug, oh, where'd it go? You wake up suddenly, there's some noise, you get, your dream breaks. Wow, it's a nice dream. I gotta get back into it. You can't find that channel again. You try to look into your mind. Oh, good night. That was too good, but it's gone now. So little smartness like dreams, no big thing, no big difference. That's my experience. Twata lokana kalahi damshir eva mritam janam twat parabja mila laksha besha jera devi jivaya. Oh Devi, I have died mritam janam from the black snake bite of separation from you. Please revive me with the red lac of your lotus feet. Imagine that. Having Radharani's feet on your head. Wow. Nice. Okay, let's see this guy here. This is verse 10. This is Rato Datta Chandas. It tells in the back of the book, the Chandas of different versions. Rato Datta, which is like Raj Srimad Bhagavatam tune. Devi te charana padma dasikam viprayoga bharadava pavake Tayamanantara kayavalarim jivaya shana nirikshanamrite. Something like that. Translation. O Devi, I am a dasi of your lotus feet, but my vine-like body is burning in a forest fire of separation from you. Please revive me at once with your nectarine glances. Very nice phrases in this verse. Devi Charana Padma Dasikam. What was my identity? My identity is Charana Padma Dasi. CPD. Charana Padma Dasi. I'm a Padma Dasi. That's nice. What's your job? I'm Padma Dasi. Padma Dasi? I massage Radharani's feet. I paint her feet. That's nice. Anything else? No, that's all. Busy life. Yeah, busy life. And another nice phrase here. Kaya Valari. Kaya, Mana Vakya Kaya. Kaya means body. Kaya. And Valari means vine. Utkalika Valari. Rupa Goswami Pad in Stavavali has a poem called Utkalika Valari. So Kaya Valari. So what's my Gogi body like? It's like Kaya Valari. It's like a vine. Very thin arms, very gentle, 12-year-old girl. Any wind comes, I can just get blown away. So what does speak when there's a forest fire, what burns first? There's a forest fire, what burns first? All the little dry little bushes, little vines. They're very fragile, very thin leaves. Trees burn last. Big trees, oak trees, kadamba, neem, big palasha trees, banyan trees, they burn last. But there's little baby creeper, little Kaya Valari, just woof, goes up in 5 seconds. So he's comparing her. Sasi Manjari is comparing the fragile condition of her Manjari Srup, her Charana Padmadasi Rup, to a vine, a Kaya Valari. I get burned up immediately in the forest fire separation. Now let's review these last verses. I wrote a little review here. In the last verses we were discussing, 8, 9, and this is 10, it's all about separation, the different ways it presents pain to us. So verse 8, he was drowning in separation, drowning in an ocean of dukkha. Duksagar Udare. Udare means Damodar, belly, middle of the body, Udar. So he says, Duksagar Udara. Sagar Udara means I'm drowning in the middle of the ocean of Duk, misery, unhappiness. That was verse 8. And what can liberate me? Your lotus feet coming as a boat. Your Noka Charan. Noka Bihari. Noka means boat. So the boat of your feet has to come to the middle of the ocean, because I'm not on the shore by the waves. I'm in the middle of the ocean. And when you're in the middle of the ocean, the only thing that can see you is a helicopter. I didn't have them in Das Goswami's time. So a boat will have to come along. A rowboat or some kind of sailboat. So that was described there. And then in verse number 9, he said, I'm burning up from a snake bite. First I'm drowning in water, then I'm getting burned by the Smara Garla Kandam, by the fire of snake poison. Your body becomes so hot you just melt and die. Very hot body, incredibly, it goes very high and just go dead. Burn out all your wires. That's from snake bite. He said, I'm dying from a snake bite, verse 9 of separation. And the only medicine is your foot lag, your feet on my head. And this verse, so first he's drowning, then he's burning inside out from snake venom. In this verse he's burning in a forest fire. What is the solution? What is the way to put out the forest fire? A sidelong glance. Radha Kripa Kataksha. He says, Nirikshana Amrita. Iksha means glance, Niriksha means a special glance. Niriksha Amrita, a nectar-filled special sidelong glance. Shana, just a moment. Shana means just a moment. So that's what the words in Sanskrit are saying. So let's read this commentary by Raghunatha Das and what Leela he describes in this relates to this. Some of Das Goswami's eagerness and enthusiasm will appear in those whose lives who naturally perform their bhajan, following the teachings of Raghunath. How much Das Goswami is lamenting. His heart is breaking. Now he gets a vision. Das Goswami in Manjari Srup meditation, he sees Shamasundar decorating Swamini, while Rupa Manjari is holding dressing paraphernalia in her hand. Shama paints pictures of Makari fish on Radharani's cheeks. Makari is the girlfriend of Makar. Makar is the carrier of Kandarpa, Cupid's carrier. In some ancient Vedic literature, they say the parrot is the carrier of Cupid. I read it also. Some Puranas, they say parrot, tota. But generally we understand from our viewpoint and other Rasikjans, the Krishna word is the Makar because it represents Cupid, Kamadev. Makar is a combination, looks like a dolphin with the mouth of a crocodile and the nose of an elephant. The entrance to temples, there's a place called Gadadhar Danta Samadhi. Gadadhar Pandit Danta Samadhi. Now it's been all smashed up and broken up. Now it's all aluminum doors and entrance doors and fancy white marble and everything. But in the old days, good old days, the good old days, the entrance was red carved sandstone. So the temple was built about 400 years ago. And the entrance, it was made of brick building with the cladding, the covering was red, the entrance was red sandstone. On either side there was two beautiful carved makar fish going up like this, and their two mouths were at the center, open their mouths and open their greeting, kissing or biting each other, whatever. Mouths were meeting in the top, and the trunks were going up. So it's like a dolphin's body, and then has these long jaws like a crocodile, 1,000 teeth, mean-looking teeth. Then the top of his nose, it goes like an elephant trunk. It goes up like this. You see the end of Krishna's flute sometimes. You buy a flute that has a thing like that. So that's a very cool, erotic thing, you know. Makar. So they broke that out, smashed it up, and threw it away. And made aluminum doors. Very aesthetic, very artistic people. No taste or tradition, more like Mughal Cambodians. Smash all the old things, make new stuff. All this gold. So this is Makar. So the Manjaris, Rupa Manjari, now Krishna himself, the Kala Nidhi. Kalavati Radharani Kalanidhi Sham. So Kalanidhi is painting Kalavati's cheeks with Makari. And when Krishna dances beside Radharani, his Makar Kundala, his earrings look like Makar going to kiss Radharani's cheeks. When he dances in the Rasa dance. So his Makar Kundala goes swinging. Oh, there's a Makari, oh. His girlfriend. The Makar's girlfriend on Radharani's cheek. And Krishna may also kiss also. That's just an inducement. Actually, he's painting the Makari on the cheeks to give an excuse to kiss Radharani during Rasa dance. Because he said he's dancing and he gets close to Radharani when she's dancing, and his Makar Kundala bounces against Radharani's cheeks. Then he kisses her, and Radharani takes her Lila Kamal and bounces her on the head, on the face, and boom. Hey, don't do that. She says, it's not my fault. This is my Makari, I just followed my Makar. My Makar kissed your Makari and my lips followed him. It's not my fault. So he makes all these lame excuses, to kiss Radharani. So every Manjari knows why Krishna is putting a Makari on Radharani's cheeks, because he's going to use that excuse for kissing her later during Rasa dance. He's so one-minded. All he wants to do is romance, dance and romance. Yeah, that's cool.
The Supreme Personality of God.
Yeah, he's the Supreme Personality of Enjoyer Godhead. Adjective there. Okay, so what's happening here? I don't know what's happening. Oh, we're reading this through. So, Tulsi Manjari watches Sham painting Makari on Radharani's cheeks. It doesn't look good. His hands aren't, he's not doing a very good job because Krishna's hands are shivering of ecstasy. Seeing how Sham is absorbed in decorating her, Swami softly smiles. That's a nice phrase to meditate on during japa. Try to capture that in the painting, that scene. Krishna painting Radharani's cheeks, and Radharani softly smiling. Oh, look at that! Krishna's like really intent. It's like, very good. So, he doesn't even notice Radharani's staring at him because he's so transfixed on Radharani's cheek, the golden cheek of Radharani, the the shininess, the sweet, smooth texture, and the lavanya radiance, and all the praying Mahabhavas emanating from her transcendental form. He's totally intoxicated by that being so close to Radharani's beautiful form. And he's like, really, I have to do this job. Rupa Manjari's watching me, Tulsi Manjari's watching me, everyone's watching. I'm a Kalanidhi, I got to show my stuff over here. Otherwise they'll take my title away. So Radharani's enjoying seeing Krishna's intention, paying so tightly attention to her seva. So that means that Radharani watches us also. When we perform devotional service, Radharani's watching. how you're dressing Krishna. You have a Krishna deity. How are you dressing him? You're spacing out, looking at the YouTube movies, same time you're dressing. Nonsense. So Radharani wants to see how intent are you fixed on your seva. Are you ekagrata, like a bhakti yogi ekagrata? Withdraw everything fixed on, you don't hear any sounds outside behind you, you don't see any sights, just Krishna and you, and that's it in your seva. This is the right way. So Krishna is showing the example of absorption in seva. Radharani is appreciating when a devotee is absorbed in seva. Like we have Harinam sometimes. I sat with Harinam Sankirtan after class, and I watch some people chant, and they're really absorbed in chanting. It's really nice to see. Nice to hear also. Nice chanting. Wow. They're not thinking of anything but the holy name. They're not thinking of anything but the holy name. They're not feeling anything in the holy name. They're not offering anything but the holy name. And they don't want anything but the holy names. This is chanting, and this is contagiously attractive. So Swami softly smiles. Radha smiles like nectar, but Krishna doesn't want to disappear, so he somehow sees she's smiling. So to prevent Radharani's beautiful, gentle smile from disappearing, he kisses her. He kisses her lips to keep that smile from disappearing. So he swallows that smile with his loving kiss. Okay. Swami casts a restless glance on Shyam's face and thus enchants Krishna completely. Jai Radhe. Seeing Krishna's incompetence in painting Radharani's face, Swami looks towards Tulsi, hinting at her that she should take over Shyam's job. Tulsi's heart is filled with bliss when she gets this order. But when she starts to do this in her meditation, she loses the vision, wakes up from her dream or spurti, and cries. Falls on the bank of Raghun, crying. Sanyayate mahagoshtem girindro jagarate vyagra tundayayete kundan jivatura rahitasyame. It's a prayer from Stavavali, Partanashra Chatur Dastakam, number 11. In the separation from Radharani, Das Goswami prayed, I have separation from my heart's beloved. Jiva to Rahitasya. It seems that the Goshta, the fields of Braj, are completely empty. Shunya Mahagoshtam. Goshta, Goshta Bihari. The Mahagoshta, the vast, great fields and pasturing grounds of Brajmandal are shunya. They're empty, they're outer space. There's nothing there. And separation from Radharani. And Govardhan Hill, Vyagra, Girindra has become a Jagara. Jagara. Jagara means python. How do you say it? Jagara. 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 Python. The king of all mountains, Girindra, has become a great python. So it's a beautiful mountain. You think in separation from Radharani, that's because somebody thinks Govardhan Hill is an open mouth of a python, ready to swallow him. That's not good. And Radha Kund has become a Vyagra, means a tiger. Radha Kund looks like the open mouth of a tiger. Can you imagine Radha Kund, beautiful? When Das Goswami lived there were swans swimming in Radha Kund, there were lotus flowers, yellow, blue, red, white lotus flowers, trees hanging over all the sides. beautiful scenery, and beautiful cool breezes, nice flower fragrances coming out of her. And that beauty, all that beauty, all that natural beauty and attractiveness became a tiger's mouth. Separation. A very extraordinary prayer. It's often commented on by our Gaudiya Acharyas. So this is the situation. Separation from Radharani, the fields of Braj are empty, Shunya, Mahagoshtam, go around hills like a python, Radhakund has become like the open mouth of a tiger. Amazing. Ordinarily, when one sees the Lila Stavalis of Radha and Krishna, he or she gets excited. It reminds them of Radha and Krishna. But in separation, simply seeing a Lila Stavali creates great pain of separation from Radha and Krishna. When Uddhava Mahashaya met Nanda Bhava and Yashoda in Nandagram after Krishna went to Mathura, they were just simply crying. Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda couldn't open her eyes. Yashoda's eyes wouldn't open. They were sealed shut and she was just crying, crying, crying. Slumped over in a chair in the palace of Nanda Bhava. And so the Buddha was talking with Nanda Bhava. And Nanda Bhava had his eyes open. His heart was also crying, and he was also crying. And Buddha was suggested, oh, Nanda Bhava, you're so distraught, so much suffering, separation from Krishna. You're just staying in the palace all the time. Why don't you go for a walk walk in the fields, walk along the Yamuna? He said, no, that would not work with me. Because if I walk around the Yamuna or walk through the fields, everywhere I look, I'll be reminded of Krishna even more. Because those are places of Krishna's Leelas. The Goshta Vihari Krishna. So better I just stare at these four walls and cry. So your suggestion is worthless. So I thought he was trying to help. Oh, take a walk, walk by a nice Yamuna, hear the nice gurgling and bubbling of the Yamuna water, relax, shanti, shanti. Sit by the side of a river, it's nice to meditate. He said, this is not going to work with me. As soon as I see the trees, that Kadamba tree, Krishna climbs, that Kadamba tree is called Tara Kadamba. Krishna climbs there and plays the flute, called the cower voice and gopis. They call the cows back. None of us was singing cows, but Krishna calls the gopis also. Tara Kadamba. So it's not going to work. So that's what happened with Das Goswami. Seeing Radhakund, because the same Das Goswami, when he first came to Radhakund, he wrote a prayer called Radhakunastikam. This was written long before Vilapa Kusumanjali. Radhakunastikam was written in the beginning of his visit and doing bhajan in Radhakund, and Vilapa Kusumanjali was written at the end of his stay. So in the fifth verse of Radhakunastikam, Raghunatha Das Goswami explains, as soon as I saw the sight of Radhakund, I immediately became inspired to serve Radharani. He said, as soon as I saw it, the flower, it says pushpa, seva push, something like that. In other words, seva pushpa, flowers of service to Radharani immediately sprouted in my heart, the field of my heart, by seeing the beauty and the ambience and transcendent qualities of Radhakund. So that same Radhakund was so beautiful and inspiring to serve, now it's going to kill him like a tiger. So one is that's the difference between Madan and Viraha, between yoga and viyog. When he first saw Radhakund, he had yoga, he joined with Radha and Krishna by seeing Radhakund. And later when he saw Radhakund, he was in viyog, he was in Viraha Bhava, separation, and he saw Radhakund as a tiger to kill him. So watch out when you bathe tomorrow in Balasmi. Radhakund may turn into a tiger and swallow you. Especially if you go at midnight. You get swallowed by 50,000 Indians.
50 million more like
50, yeah. 50 million. So 35 million. Anyway, as you're a BBC reporter, so I always exaggerate everything. Anyway, it's highly recommended not to bathe at midnight. If you, I'll give you if you want a baby, you bathe at midnight. Raise your hand if you want a baby. Come on, this you don't want a baby? You want to get married first, huh? Okay, that's a good idea. That's usually the usual order. Not always, not these days. Baby comes first, marriage goes second. Hey, guess what? I'm afraid. Oh, we better get married. Okay, Jai Radhe. So, this is the idea of the Leela here. So now we're going to try to find point 3 on page 41. What's the time now?
10 minutes.
Thank you, 10 more minutes. So this point of the commentary, that's all the Leela described in the commentary of this verse number 10. Raghunatha Das gives very extensive tikas and tapas and commentaries for bhajan. So he's repeating the same points all the time. So imagine how he feels doing that. But he's doing that for our benefit because we have to get the idea and get to develop the feeling somehow or other. So repetition is one way of learning. So again, he's speaking, because this is the theme of the book, lamenting in separation. So the idea of separation and lamenting will come up every time, all the time. So this whole discussion, or this paragraph we're going to describe now, is separation. So in this shloka and so many shlokas, Das Goswami is weeping out of separation from Radharani. And he feels like he's being burned in a forest fire. He has strong desires to see Radharani. So we should also have that. Some desire, weak or strong, we make it stronger by the day, to see Radharani. Like oftentimes I say in classes, what does it mean to live in Vrindavan? To live in Vrindavan means I must see Radha and Krishna. It's not good enough just to live here and do service and raise a family and do bhajan and darshan and all different things, different forms of seva do. Vrindavan means, we say Vrindavan darshan, people have Facebooks, Vrindavan darshan, etc. But Vrindavan darshan is the goal of every sadhaka doing bhajan in Vrindavan. This is the example of the great saints. Krishna and Radharani can be and have been seen, will be seen and can be seen by living and doing bhajan and Brajmandal. This is the meaning of living in Brajmandal, to see Radha and Krishna. If we haven't seen Krishna, we're not seeing Krishna, we could cry and cry and cry again. Please show yourself to me, please show yourself to me. This is bhajan, this is bhakti, this is Brajavas. Everything will be accomplished by this mood, and this applying this mood by genuinely crying and begging for darshan of Radharani, specifically Radharani and Krishna. Radharani number 1 and 2, Krishna. Sometimes when you go to a Jyotishi, if he's a Briga reader, he'll tell you some things. You get darshan, first you get darshan of Radharani, then you get darshan of Divine Couple. One lady from Delhi, housewife, was there with her husband, and she's an ordinary housewife, not even initiated. And Brigu told her she had darshan of Krishna 5 times. I don't know what life will start, because this one looks a little removed from that. But sometimes I meet her, the husband and her together. I say, yeah, darshan of Krishna yet? Says, not yet. They have Murti in their house of Krishna and Radharani, a big temple room. I see him in my house, so I haven't seen him in my eyes. Okay, well, you got 5 to go. Call me when you get your first one. So that's more likely in Vrindavan. When Prabhupada was living in Radha Damodar from 62 to 65, or 59, whatever it was, 59 and 65, He had darshan of Rupa Goswami in his kitchen. He had Sakshat darshan. Rupa Goswami manifested himself to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada told this to Harikesh Maharaj one night when Harikesh Maharaj was the secretary of Prabhupada, who was massaging Prabhupada. The next morning, Harikesh Maharaj told Hari sorry. When I was producing a book called Prabhupada Radha Damodar, I heard about this. I asked Hari sorry. He said, yes, this is true, but we try to keep this secret. So out of respect to him, I didn't write about this in my book. But Brahmananda, and what's the other gentleman's name? Gargamuni had a painting done of it. There's a painting, it's in his house also, in his apartment. He had the painting done of Rupa Goswami, Prabhupada in his kitchen, Rupa Goswami standing in front of Prabhupada with his hands. And the description of the scene that Prabhupada described to Harikesh Maharaj was that Rupa Goswami appeared to him in the kitchen and said, Abai, don't worry, don't be afraid, or Swamiji or whatever, don't be afraid to go to the West. You go to the West, I myself and all the 6 Goswamis will be right behind you. Your mission will be a grand success. So he had Sakshat Darshan Rupa Goswami. That's the statement of Prabhupada to his servant Harikesh Maharaj. Do you know that? Yeah, it's pretty well known thing, especially Narayan Maharaj would know about it. So as you have darshan, these are transcendental personalities, Nitya Parishad. You can have darshan Rupa Goswami, you can also have darshan Radharani. So this is what's being told here in this Tika. We're in separation and we should cry to see Radharani. So he's describing separation. Those who have surrendered to Radhika's lotus feet cannot find any consolation in anything in this world except seeing Radharani. Their minds and lives are floating in the stream of Radharani's sweetness. The example given by the great acharyas of the past is the inspiration for Raghunatha Sadhakas living in Vrindavan today. So that's the point about separation. Now it's 5 more minutes? Thank you. No, I'm okay. There's only 1 hour. I'll take some later. So the next point we want to discuss, that's separation, that's a little kind of tense one. But this next one is eagerness and bhajan. This is better. Eagerness and bhajan. Sri Anandadas Babaji explains, this eagerness to have experience in bhajan will swiftly bring the leelas of Radha Krishna before the eyes. So eagerness means I want it, I'm reading these books, I want to see these. I don't want to just read about it, I want to see these in my meditation, I want to see these in my prayers, when I'm chanting, I want to see these leelas. Please show them. Although I'm living in Vrindavan, I don't experience anything. I have so many things to say about living in Vrindavan, but actually my heart is empty. Now that's, everyone can sign their name on the bottom. This birthday card, this is our birthday card. Birthday card, I'm living in Vrindavan, but actually my heart is empty. Please sign if you agree. Everybody in the room will have to sign. I'm living in Vrindavan, and I'm speaking so many things about Vrindavan, Bhajan, and Ragmark, but actually you look inside my heart, it's dry as a bone. It's totally empty, nothing inside. So I'll sign my name first, and here, you sign underneath. I will send the card to Radharani. It's a petition for mercy card, begging for mercy card, Hallmark, $1.50. Petition for mercy. I had so many things to say about it, but actually my heart is empty. I want to get some result from my life in Bhakti in Vrindavan. even if I can just spend my time with the hope that you are my Swami and I will attain you, that's good enough for me. So we should have that hope, have that Ashabandha. I'm living in Vrindavan, I'm worshiping Radharani, I'm praying to Radharani, I'm meditating on Radharani. Radharani, I will attain you. It's not like, Radharani, please let me attain you. That doesn't work. That's not demanding. You have to be demanding with Radha and Krishna. I have one friend of mine, a Bengali person. She says, I order Krishna. He's being fresh, he's not giving me darshan. I say, hey, what's this? I'm your doctor. Show me, give me darshan. Get with it, man. Stop playing around. I'm tired of your games. So she talks like this to Krishna. She's a really bad devotee. I don't have that Bengali, chili bob, They're kind of hot, I did. Very demanding woman. Bhakta lady. Vaishnavi. Sadhvi, I should say. Vaishnava Sadhvi. So, but that determination, that sankalp, I must, you must give me your darshan. I'm living in Vrindavan. You're the queen, I'm your subject. You have to give me your darshan. What? Come on, man. Well, not like that, but come on, please. I can't wait any longer. This is a Buddha Das Goswami. I can't wait any longer. He said, I'm dying. So can we say we're dying? No, we're living nice. We get nice food, everything good. We have to develop that mood of exasperation, desperation. Bhakti Rakshak Sri Goswami uses these nice phrases. He said the material world and everybody in it and everything going on is all about exploitation. I rip off you, you rip off me. There's a place at the plain, this is the area of exploitation. And Vaikuntha, everybody's marching like soldiers in the service of Vishnu. Vaikuntha is a plain area of dedication. And Vrindavan Dham and Brajmandal is the area of desperation. Because everyone's desperate to see Krishna, desperate to find Krishna. Yashoda, Sridham, Subal, Radharani, Lalita Vishaka, Ruparati. Where's my Krishna? Where's Krishna? I have Krishna in my house, in my temple. But he's not in my heart, he's not in my mind. He's there sleeping, I'm over there sleeping. There's some distance between me and Krishna. I have Murti, I have Krishna, I worship him, I serve him, try to love him. But he hasn't entered my heart yet. He should enter my heart, become my manasik Ishtadevata. So we'll continue with more. You are my Swamini and I will attain you. This is the conclusion. Radharani, you are my everything and in this life I will attain you. Agree? You agree? Jai Jai Sri Radhe.